Thank you very much for joining us here on a very traumatic afternoon in Searsmont. For those of you I don't know, my name is Mike Sauschuk. I am the Commissioner for the Department of Public Safety. I'm joined by Fire Marshal Chief Sean Essler and Deputy Chief Joel Davis, who have been down at the scene through the remainder of the day. So I do appreciate you being here. It's a tough week all the way around, and I think that what we found here today was first responders responding as a team to an incredibly dynamic and dangerous situation that, truth be told, is still ongoing as we speak. And at about 10:05 this morning, the Searsmont Fire Department responded to a reported fire in the area of a silo here at Robbins Lumber. And from that point, there were a number of agencies that responded as mutual aid. And truth be told, I would love to list all of those out for you because they deserve to be acknowledged. But we're in that area where we're still trying to catalog exactly who these agencies were. I would also say the same thing. We do have some injured individuals, without question, that we are actively tracking. But I'm not in a situation where I'm going to be able to give you numbers or where they were working or who they were working for. Those will be incredibly valid questions that you have. I fully understand that, but it's imperative for us to make sure we give you the right information as early as possible. We also have a strong commitment to Robbins Lumber and to the family members that are involved. That's going to be our first primary focus. From an investigative standpoint, the Fire Marshal's Office, based out of the Department of Public Safety, is the primary investigating entity. We do have representatives from ATF, OSHA, DEP, the Maine State Police, and others that are present. The only answer in a situation like this is yes. If we're asking for resources, if we're asking for help, then other agencies immediately step up to do that. So I wanted to give you some basic information there. I am going to turn this over to Fire Marshal Essler as the first member of the Fire Marshal's Office to arrive at the scene. When all of these agencies were actively fighting that fire, just because I want Sean to be able to give you a little bit of a picture about what he saw when he arrived, and I think that could be helpful moving forward as well. We're not going to be in a position that we're going to be able to answer any of those questions today right now, so we'll give you as much information as we can and front load that, and then we're going to get back down to the scene to continue our work. I've talked to Governor Mills a number of times this afternoon. She is on the way here as we speak. And I believe she'll be here within the next hour or so. We've also talked to a couple of the owners for Robbins Lumber, and they have been incredibly forthright, and they're part of the solution here. And our heart goes out to them as well, with a company, an industry that's been around since the late 1800s, with 6 or so generations of the Robbins family involved in this lumber yard and others in the area. So, Fire Marshal Essler, I'm going to turn it over to you, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner. Today at approximately 10:05, the Searsmont Fire Department was dispatched down to the Robbins Lumber Company, as the Commissioner's already mentioned. They were the first arriving fire company. Here in Waldo County, most of our fire departments are made up of volunteers. They're awfully incredible, dedicated individuals. Multiple departments often will come to a simple alarm. Again, as the Commissioner pointed out, we don't yet have a catalog of all those departments that were here. Upon my arrival, I walked up to this very chaotic scene initially, and not because of the efforts of the first responders, but because of the magnitude of the fire involvement and the amount of sheer buildings that were on fire, faced with the limited resources the fire departments had. Again, we're in Waldo County, made up of all volunteers, and what I saw was professional firefighting efforts. I saw everybody working hand in hand to pull hose lines, to move apparatus, and to put water on the fire. I also saw members from State Police, Forest Service, and a bunch of various state agencies lending a hand wherever they could. We have not even really begun a scene examination, so we do not have a cause at this time and may not have for quite some time. We have a tremendous amount of work to do, but as the Commissioner noted, the Fire Marshal's Office primary concern right now is cataloging and ensuring those that have sustained injuries as a result of this fire are taken care of, that families are notified, and we're not in a position to discuss that information at this point because we have some families we need to talk with. That's about it.
Yeah. So thank you again very much. We do appreciate it. Shannon Moss, as our PIO for DPS, will be the primary point of contact moving forward. And again, I truly do apologize for not having a bunch of time and answers for any questions that you may have. I do appreciate you all being here today. And then we hope to regroup at some other time when we have some additional details for you. Okay, so take care, be safe, please, up here, and be very mindful of our first responders that are trying to help control the scene. You've been great down here, and we truly do appreciate that. Okay, take care. I do appreciate it, but we're not gonna be able to answer any of those questions. So take care. Thank you.
He's already addressed that.
All right, wrapping up a live news conference that we've been waiting on, primarily run by the Commissioner of the Department of Public Safety right there. Also heard from the State Fire Marshal. And as we were just saying before it started, anticipated not necessarily getting a lot of answers, did not take questions from reporters on the scene, which speaks to where they are in their investigation.
Right.
They are just trying to get the initials. The phrase that jumped out to me was not even started a scene examination.
Yeah.
Right.
They are just trying to manage what's happening right now.